Hey viewers and viewers, my name is John the Red Strategist and welcome back to So You're Being Hunted. This is episode 251. So, last episode we started out a new challenge, the Postman Pat Challenge. I'm on 5 points so far and soon to be 6, just as soon as I eat this cat food. There we go, 6 points now everybody. So, if you're not familiar with the rules of this challenge, I'm not going to reiterate them here. You can go back and watch the previous episode. The idea is it's just basically about delivering letters to the centre island to score points, depending on what kind of building I put the letters into. So, we're here on the North Island, just exploring around, trying to find some letters that we can actually take. I'm not really having a lot of success just yet. 6 points, the 6 points I've accumulated so far have all come from basically eating cat food, which is less than ideal, but at least, I'll be going away with some points, even if I do fail or something like that. Okay, so without further ado, let's just get back into the swing of things and let's see what's going on. So, I think I'll take an alarm clock actually, because stealth equipment, we're going to need plenty of it, given that there are lots of robots. Well, not lots of robots, but there are a few robots already spawning. I haven't actually tweaked the robot spawn settings for this challenge, so the way it's going to work is pretty simple. The robots are spawning at their usual rate, but of course they are sort of spawning around the big buildings, which, if I want to investigate those to see if they got letters... Oh, God, oh, Jesus. Just burped as I was talking. Bloody hell. But of course, what was I saying? If I want to go and explore the big buildings, then obviously robots being near that is going to be a problem. I'm going to need to do something about them. Okay, so we've got a map of the islands, which is pretty good. We can mark out locations that we've already been, whatever else have you. There's more buildings to explore off in this direction just yet. Let me have a sip of tea whilst I'm at it. Actually, I need to drink this tea up because it's starting to go a bit lukewarm. There we are, lovely. Okay, let's keep at it. Robots over there, that's not ideal at all now, is it? Not ideal at all, now, ladies and gentlemen. Just keep investigating doors, that's all we can do for now. Crack teapot. Oh, God, it's my camera right round. Like a nonce cake. Don't want to do that, ladies and gents. So how are you guys all doing out there? Hope you're all doing very well. That friggin' thing is too close for comfort. I was going to say something now and I've completely forgotten because the friggin' balloon distracted me. What was I going to say? What was I going to talk about? I was going to talk about something today in this episode, but now it's completely slipped my mind. What I think we will do very quickly is just throw down an alarm clock over here towards this memorial so I can distract those robots away so I can investigate those buildings. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, this way. We'll loop around. We'll keep our bottles on the hotkey, just that we can start chucking them if anyone starts being a bit problematic. Right. Go this way, ladies and gents. Okay, yeah, that's what I was going to talk about. I had a topic of conversation, actually, which, on the face of it, might seem really stupid, or just, downright silly, but actually, on the face of it, it's quite serious and quite an interesting point. So, oh. Are they going to kill each other? Oh, come on. Don't start killing each other just as my alarm clock goes off. Oh, don't you come in this direction, you asshole. I don't want to have to deal with you. Get out. He's just going to hide over there. Well, that's fucking shit, because they just bloody... Okay, let them just fight each other, because maybe they'll kill each other, right? Oh, good lord. Trust them to do that just as I try to distract them and end up wasting an alarm clock. I kind of want to investigate this village, but it's not going to happen now, is it? The balls to you. Okay, now they're shooting at... I mean, it could act as a good distraction, though, if they just kill each other. Okay, go, 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 go. We can look at the back doors. Nothing in there. Ooh, they've stopped firing. That's not good, is it? Ooh. Anything on this side door? Quick. Nope. 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 Take that. You hear that? Guys, don't come this way. You bastard. Go. Oh, god darn it. This is fucking tricky as hell, this is. Right, this time, should we get an alarm clock and see if we can actually distract them and pull them out somewhere else? Maybe over here, into this field, like so. Good God. They are such assholes, aren't they, when they want to be. Well, we can investigate some different doors in the meantime. Whilst we're at it, no. High green, everybody. Yeah. No. Don't try anything, you bitches. Oh, come on! What are you doing? Just give up already. Oh, fuck off! Why you guys got to be so problematic about this? Seriously. You're not going to find me in here, you assholes. Right, well, this has thrown my friggin' exploration completely into disarray. And now my alarm clock's probably going off, and I'm stuck out here instead of in that village, taking advantage of the fact that... What a load of shit. Well, hang on, there's just one guy over there. Distract him and send him off in that direction. Why are you wandering back towards the village? Don't do that. That's not where I want you to go at all. Right, come on, investigate doorways. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. Fuck it, there is nothing in these buildings. I didn't need to waste time with these at all. Did I? Did I? No. No, cat food! Fuck! Just gimme, forgive me the... Fuck! Fuck! No! Gimme! Fuck! Gimme! No! I'm gonna have used up all my bloody bandages at this rate. Go, 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 go. Don't have time to hang around. Just keep moving. We'll come back and investigate all these buildings in a second. Just as soon as I get myself clear of this shithole. Are you... you're still coming after me. Oh, good lord. This guy is relentless. He doesn't fucking give up. So all my friggin' bandages used up, but at least I got cow food out of that for 7 points. Oh, good lord. What an absolute bloody palaver this has been. Good god. Okay, he's off. He's off. That's good. Well, whilst he's off, we'll just start investigating buildings again. The shit I put myself through for all you viewers out there, eh? Dearie me. I've just got to keep that vitality up, though. Otherwise I'm going to end up losing health. Nothing there. Stay down so you can't see me too well. This building, please. Nope. God damn, there's just so few friggin' letters. All the letters I've seen have been on the central island, which is no good to me, because they're not the ones that I have to pick up. Okay, hold on. Let's take a replenishment alarm clock. We need bandages as well, that's what we need, in case we end up getting into a bit of a shootout again. Otherwise it's going to be a problem. But at least we can take a look here, right? Okay, I'm just going to, on my map, throw a marker down here, so that, you know, in future I know I've been down this kind of route. Okay, let's go. Nothing there. Nothing in there. Nothing in there. Oh, no, there's cat food. Eat. There we go. 8 points. Steadily, I am accumulating a score, it seems. Even if I'm accumulating it in a not particularly efficient way. Okay. I mean, I've got to get at least 10 points right in this challenge. At least. If I can just find cat food. But, you know what? If I can just get 10 points, it'll do me. But ideally, I want more, because I'm greedy. I'm a greedy bastard. Okay, hold on. Give me that. Back doors now we need to check, and then we'll go over there. Okay. Okay. Nothing. Yeah, we need to go around the back doors of those ones. Okay, we'll do that. Around here. Around hither. No, nothing. Here, look. Nothing. No. Okay, right, nothing in those, so let's check out these final set of buildings over here. Now, what was the topic I was going to talk about? Oh yeah, that's right. So, it's a topic which on the face of it may seem a bit silly, but which actually is proving quite controversial here in the UK at the moment. And I thought I'd just discuss it, because it's kind of interesting, and I know in the past I've always said, you know, I don't like to get too political here on General Red Strategist, but sometimes you just find that one issue that you can't help it. You have to kind of speak out about it because it's sort of kind of an important issue. And the issue in question, just bear with me here whilst I talk about this, is the fact that apparently in June, I think it's June or maybe July at some point, the UK government is apparently going to be putting some kind of, not a ban on pornography, but kind of controls on it, apparently. So what this essentially entails, by all accounts, is they're going to be setting up or making it by law that porn sites have to use an age verification system where, in order to verify that you are over 18 years old, you have to basically enter personal details such as your credit card details or passport details or driving license details, so that way it can verify, oh yes, I'm over 18 and therefore I am legally allowed to view this material. And the reason why this is such a controversial issue in the UK, of course, is because there are a lot of outstanding questions about it. Namely, there's the technical questions about, will this really actually work? But there's also the more philosophical questions as well about, should really the government be even doing this? Is it their kind of right to be even doing something like this? And doesn't it kind of raise all kind of questions about privacy and that kind of thing? And here's the thing about me personally, and this is my kind of personal view here. I know my kind of online alter ego is General Red Strategist, who is the kind of tin pot megalomaniac, authoritarian, totalitarian, dictator, wannabe emperor of the world kind of thing. But speaking now as an actual person, me, General Red, the person behind the camera, I've never really been particularly keen on any sort of censorship, because I don't know. For me, I'm a big I'm a big believer in free speech, free expression, and freedom of people, to actually do what they want. Incidentally, that's 9 points, because that was another piece of cat food. But, I know that there are some things out there on the internet which probably do, on balance, need to be censored. I mean, for example, if you're promoting, say, some terrorist literature that is inciting people to violence, then that, of course, is a grey area, and an area where some form of censorship may be justified. But I would say, generally, I am very much of that kind of internet generation who believe that censorship overall is not a good thing. Okay, 10 points, that's another piece of cat food. There we go, found the minimum that I wanted to attain. But yeah, I am one of those kind of people, and obviously, whilst I myself am not exactly a big sort of consumer of internet pornography, because, looking back over my life, I don't think I've ever really looked at any sort of, anything that I think you could definitively describe as pornographic. Because the thing is, when we talk about pornography, I always think of something that is kind of sexually explicit, that basically involves pretty much graphic, explicit sexual penetration or intercourse, actual nudity, stuff like that. And by that definition, I don't think I've ever really actually willingly looked at anything that therefore is actually pornographic by that definition. I've seen raunchy stuff on the internet, don't get me wrong, but I'll be honest, the kind of full extent of what the sort of things I've looked at probably includes, raunchy friggin' anime stuff with a lot of pantsu / bikinis, God knows what. When it comes to my sort of quasi raunchy tastes here on the internet, they're pretty fucking tame, let's be honest. I'm kind of ashamed to admit it, in a way, but yeah. So there's that. But here's the thing, right? When it comes to sexuality, I'm always very cautious when governments kind of step in and try to regulate that sort of thing, because it's an area which I think should not really be the kind of provenance of government. I mean, here's the thing, there will always inevitably be a degree of government involvement in people's sexuality, because there are, sexual paraphilias and things like that, where I think most people would agree, me included, that there has to be a degree of government regulation. For example, you've got to have laws against things like paedophilia, for instance. You've got to have laws against things like child pornography. You've got to have laws against the use of violent coercive techniques in the production of sexually charged material. Things like that, I think that's something we can all agree on, is it not? But beyond, that kind of John Stuart Mill-esque principle of, the only justification for government interference is to prevent harm to other people, beyond that, I do think that, government should probably stay out of that kind of, the kind of regulation of sexual material, because at the end of the day, is there a kind of what am I trying to say here? Let me just kind of think about the phrasing of this. Is there an area where people cannot be... hang on, I'm just trying to think about the phrasing of this. You think that the production of sexual material, right, is an area that represents the pinnacle of individual liberty, right? That's what I'm trying to say. I had to think about it for a second because I had to think about the way I was wording it. And, you know, if a government is kind of really over kind of excessively interfering in that area, does it not kind of raise questions about the liberty of that society? You know, I'm really raising quite a philosophical point of discussion here, but, you know, philosophy is always very, very interesting. I'm just going to put a marker down there just to show I've been to that kind of area. Now, there's a mansion off over in that direction, and the village off there, and another shed off there. We'll go those just as soon as this balloon moves out of the way. But of course, keeping with the topic at hand, you know, like I say, it just raises so many questions. And I was watching a rather interesting video by a channel called TLDR News here on YouTube about this proposed UK porn ban. It's actually already been put back, because originally it was supposed to come into force early this month, April, which is when I record this. Probably by the time this video gets uploaded, it'll probably be May. But yeah, it's been rolled back to June or July, somewhere around there, which suggests that at the time that it was first proposed, it wasn't very popular. Which, you know, always means that it could get rolled back again, and you never know, it could even get just completely scrapped, because maybe some MPs just look at it and think there is no way this could work in practice, which, you know, is my opinion as well. I don't think that such a law like that could work in practice at all, because there are so many kind of factors that could work against it. So, for example, you know, the thing is, it would require all the major porn websites out there, you know, so we're talking things like Pornhub, RedTube, etc., to basically sign up to this act. Well, actually, you wouldn't have to sign up to it. I think they'd be compelled to basically sign up to it by law. But the problem with that, of course, is, well, what about people who are using VPN, for example, who can kind of reroute or make it look like their internet is being routed through a foreign country? Because of course they can't compel foreign users to give away their personal information to verify who they are. Finally, our first printed letter, we're going to take that. So yeah, you know, there's that. But of course, you know, there's also a kind of more mundane way of getting around this particular problem, or this particular way of doing things. Another printed letter is good. I will take it. The more mundane thing is, of course, that there are so many porn sites on the internet by this point that realistically you are not going to be able to block them all. You just aren't going to be able to do that. Because the thing is, the major ones you might be able to force to, you know, abide by this law. But what about some small kind of little independent website that's run from some shady back room somewhere else in the world? How are you going to kind of prevent that one from displaying material? Or how are you going to prevent that one from basically displaying material to minors, for example? It's such a, you know, big question, and it's one that there needs to be a frank discussion around. And the thing is, part of the fear about this act is that people will easily find their way to these alternative outlets for pornographic material. But the issue is that, you know, these kind of smaller websites may well be home to more extreme kinds of porn, which people would normally never have otherwise come into contact with. So the fear is that it may kind of drive people towards material that is just completely unsuitable, that they would never have got to in the past. Third letter, thank God. There we are. So there's that fear. There's also obviously the whole privacy issue as well, because the thing is, the way this new age verification system is going to work is it's going to require you, at least people here in the UK, to actually surrender personal information. So, for example, like I said earlier, their credit card details, their driving license details, their passport details. And the way it's going to work is the company that's going to run this system is apparently called MindGeek, and they're actually the owners of sites like Pornhub, if I'm not mistaken. Bloody hell, someone's revving a motorbike or something, or a car or something out there. Jesus Christ. Don't know if you can hear that, everybody. I don't know who that guy is who drives that car, but good God, he likes to put his foot down on the revs, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, so MindGeek is going to be basically harvesting all this information about ordinary consumers of internet pornography who are visiting these sites where this age verification system is in operation. But the thing is, just think about the security risk of that. All that information concentrated onto one database, because, don't kid yourselves, everybody. There are so many people who probably use sites like Pornhub and RedTube, things like this. So imagine if there was a data security breach and all that personal information was to suddenly be leaked to hackers, to cyber criminals, God knows what else. For me as an academic in the kind of field of security studies, that is just such a monumental security risk, right? Doesn't matter whether it actually happens or not. The fact is, it is such a potential weak point, a chain where, if a link in the chain where if people were to target that, they could get so much information. Because think about it, like if people are surrendering their credit card details, that's so vulnerable. That's such a vulnerability. It's insane. But yeah, and you think to yourself, hasn't the government thought about this? Don't they realise that this is a major issue? I mean, surely, there must be someone out there in Parliament who gets this, who understands it. So yeah, like you say, a lot of security and technical questions around this system and how it's going to work and what it means for ordinary people. But yeah, it's incredible. And like I say, whilst I am not exactly a consumer of pornography myself, I am one of those people who is just not particularly in favour of censorship. I'm not hugely keen on it. I like to think I am a bit of a political pragmatist, and that, ultimately at the end of the day, I accept there are certain forms of internet material which probably, on balance, it would not hurt the world that much if they were censored, like for example terrorist material, terrorist propaganda, that kind of thing. 11 points, ladies and gentlemen. Another piece of cat food, that's good. But when it comes to internet pornography, that's an area where, you're getting into a real philosophical grey space, because going back to that old John Stuart Mill-esque kind of harm principle of, the only justification for a government to interfere and to restrict the rights of people is to prevent harm to other people. Internet pornography is one of those things which, if it's been produced, under kind of duress, if the participants in it have been coerced into that through violent or psychologically manipulative means, then there is a justification for acting against it. But what if, the participants have gone into that completely willingly? Let's say, for example, and, speaking hypothetically here, that we have a sexual fetish video that involves an excessive amount of physical violence being directed against the participants. However, the participants have signed up to that quite willingly. What do you do then? Because if they've signed up to that, then, well, that's their consent, isn't it? That's their right to sign up to it. It's their body. They can do with it whatever they want. 12 points for more cat food. There we go. But, even though they may be harming themselves physically, the question is, does the state therefore have a right to actually intervene and do something about that? 13 points, that's a bit more cat food. And of course, that's, like I say, where we're getting into a whole grey area. And that's where we need a frank and honest discussion. So I hope you can kind of see where I'm coming from there, ladies and gents. Hope you can kind of understand that. But I accept that people out there will probably have a different view to my kind of take on it, and that's absolutely fine. We live in a free society, or at least we're supposed to. We're supposed to have freedom of speech and all that. So if you disagree with me, feel free to let me know in the comments. I'm happy to listen to alternate points of view. So big issue. That's what I wanted to talk about in this episode. So like I say, I don't often talk about big political events, things like that, but increasingly these days I find myself talking about them in episodes, because I've talked about very briefly things like Donald Trump and Brexit before, not in particularly strong terms or anything like that, but I have mentioned them and I have kind of brought them up in discussion. I remember there was once an episode that me and Phil did of So Being Hunted, a collab, where we did talk about things like Brexit and Donald Trump and whatever else have you. 14 points, that's more cat food. But, you know, we kind of treated it very sensitively. But yeah, maybe one day, when I'm feeling a bit more confident, maybe we will talk a bit more honestly about issues like that. Who knows? Maybe something for the future, I don't know. I'm sure people would probably be absolutely fired up if I was to start talking about these kind of topics. There's a freaking robot. Jesus. Get out of here, you bastard. Oh god. Yes, you've lost me. Go away. Just get out of here. Wherever you are. Good lordy Lou. Deary me. Don't want to have to deal with humans, preferably. No. Okay, we're just going to have to move off and let them kind of disappear and do their thing. Unless I throw some bottles, because I've got about 5 empty ones here. Or use my Hide Me talisman, maybe. Or maybe I'll save that, actually, for later in the game. I don't know. Okay. Are they going to go away? Ideally, I'd like them to just bugger off if they would. Okay, they're going to bugger off. Thank God for that. Wait, who? Oh god, there you are. Why are you just standing around whilst your pals go wandering off? Do you have to do that? There we go, he's off. Good. Good for you. You just go and piss off and do your own thing, please. Okay, I want to get to this back door. Wherever those bloody robots are located, there they are. Search. Cat food. Yes. 15 points, everybody. We're slowly racking it up. There is no time limit on this challenge, by the way. It's, you know, once I've explored every building on every of the other islands and I've done as many deliveries as I can possibly do, then we'll tot up the final score. Cat food! 16 points. Nice. We are slowly but surely getting there, which is pretty good. I mean, we've nearly, as far as I'm aware, cleared out everything there is to find on this island. So we're doing well on this one, I do think. But it occurs to me that, of course, very soon we're probably going to have to start wrapping this episode up because we've been recording for quite a while. And you know what? I've cleared out, I think, all the main buildings and all the village. Ooh. Actually, no, there is one more village on this island that I haven't been. This one down here, towards the sort of bottom right. Ooh, I'm going to need to go off in that direction. Which direction do we need to face? We need to face, okay, in that kind of direction there. And that'll take us back down to the coast, towards the jetty, and then round to that village there. Okay, we'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to wrap this episode up here. Off camera, I'll get back to the jetty just so I can save the game. And then we'll head over to that little area in the bottom right in the next episode. So yes, thank you everybody for joining me. Leave your thoughts on the topic of discussion for this episode in the comments below. And in the meantime, if you're not doing so already, you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter, links in the video description as always. If you're also interested in seeing me do anime-related content, go check out my general Red Propagandist channel, link also in the video description. But in the meantime, I'm signing off now, so goodbye everybody, if anything. That's new! That's fucking new! I looked back. I should not have looked back. Oh, that scared the shit out of me. What if I do it again? Nope. Nope, it's not going to do it. Okay. Okay. So there is something in this game. It's not just showing a concept off. Oh, God. Oh, God, my heart is pounding after that. She's seen... Oh, no, that's the Chinese lantern that we saw last time. Okay, so yeah. Oh, boy.